So what it comes down to is Tony is shipping us to the final two, and so we're gonna vote Tony.
Alright, Seth, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house. Thanks for playing.
Right. Welcome back to Get Shipwrecked. I'm Anna, it's the after show for BB10. I'm here with Seth. This is a sad moment. This is a sad interview we have to do right now. Just spill your tea, Seth. Talk to me about your emotions, about your speech you just did.
Alright, so I understand that this is a game that involves lying and dishonesty and betrayal. And I understand that I promised things to several different people, and knowing that I wasn't going to be able to live up to all of them. However, there was one group specifically that I absolutely wanted to be in Final 3 with me, and that was Riley and Brittany. And I promised them Final 3 fairly early. And they shook my hand, both of them. They shook my hand, and they shouldn't have. If they didn't want to make a Final 3 with me, then they shouldn't have shook my hand. Because you can lie to someone without shaking their hand, and it'll be fine. But when you shake someone's hand, that is bond. That is your word. You will absolutely uphold it to the best of your ability. And I just feel that they didn't understand that, and that I put stock into the wrong people.
It's hurtful. It's a hurtful moment. Watching you, okay, you had a really bold testimony when you stood there. Did you think that could have turned them around?
Well, I was, again, right outside the door. Riley shook my hand and told me he would use the veto, and then he didn't, like 20 seconds later, which blows my mind. Why someone, if he was gonna do it, he shouldn't have shook my hand. And I told them, and they completely betrayed me, and that Tony will win. And Tony's game has been great. We tried to get out Tony so many times, but to no avail, and ended up having to give up Ryan in the process, which at the time I was fine with, and I'm still fine with. I still think Tony should have gone out a lot earlier, because the only reason that they brought him to the Final 3 was because he told them that he was satisfied with third, that he would not try to win, which is blatantly false. He will try to win, and he will win. This jury never even thought about Riley or Brittany being in a Final 3. They were always fluff, every time. There was never once where we actually thought that we would keep them for anything but a vote. Anything but an extra vote. And so, again, I put my faith in the wrong people. I put faith in almost everybody. I just think I invested too much in Riley and Brittany, because they're gonna see that this jury realizes that they don't deserve to be there, and Tony does. Tony absolutely does.
I have to touch on that with, do you think, saying that, okay, Tony gets to jury vote, and how bitter do you think is the jury going to be? Is it going to be a bitter jury?
I don't think it's going to be a bitter jury, actually. I think most of the bitterness will probably come from the questions that are asked once things are revealed. I don't think anyone's going to be bitter specifically at me. The only thing that they might be bitter about at the final three would be with the fact that, again, no one thought that Riley or Brittany would beat up there. But it all depends on this challenge right here. If Tony wins, that's it. But if either one of Riley or Brittany wins, they're taking each other, and then I feel like that's kind of a wasted final two.
Okay. Now, straying from this point, I want to talk about your game, which was incredible. I have to say, I have to commend you for this game. It was so good. Like watching it from the sidelines, it was just incredible. But I want to talk about, what did you think was your biggest, most effective move in this game?
I think my most effective move was deciding to switch from Ryan and Tony to Cambry and Emma, because if I hadn't have done that, I would have gone down very easily. But since I did do that, that took me a lot farther than I probably should have. I think I would say my biggest move isn't like one move specifically. It was my whole scheme of networking. I talked to everyone that I knew could align with me and could make an alliance with me and could still be friends and not even think to put me on the block. And I was never on the block until I got out. I never won HOH until last round because I wasn't trying to win HOH in the first few rounds, and then it got to the point where I didn't want it. I never wanted it because I didn't want to put a target on my back. If I would have put up anyone, I wanted to keep. I told the camera one time that I was just the messenger, and that everyone was aligned with me essentially, and I was just going back and forth between them, namely Ryan and Tony, Cambry and Emma, and Brittany and Riley. So I would just go back and forth, let them get HOH. They would put up whoever enemies they were in that round. I'd be home free because I was aligned with them. They wouldn't have thought to put me up there. And so I think just me talking to everyone, me promising, I don't want to say promising things to people. I kind of got lucky in the sense that when I promised final three to Emma and Cambry, I got off easy because they got voted out, which had nothing to do with me. I never voted against them. I didn't do anything to purposely harm them in the game. I kept everyone safe that I could have, and I think that I just talked to the best of my ability to most people.
Okay, any final thoughts to share, to dispel, anything?
Whatever happens, I'm not mad, I'm not bitter. I don't think that Riley or Brittany deserves final two. That's nothing against them. That's just that their games weren't that good, in my opinion, and they legitimately floated entirely on their own to the top, and that can show you just the power of numbers, even only the power of two. If you stick with two, and even me who stuck with 6 still couldn't go, I don't know, yeah, whatever happens, I desperately hope that Tony wins.
Okay, and a last question to sum this all up. I know you very well, as you're one of my best friends, but I know you are a SpongeBob fan. of sorts, just a little bit. Maybe no whole script. I don't know. So, and this is within pirate theme, if the Flying Dutchman were to give you 3 wishes, what would those 3 wishes be?
I would ask for loyalty from the people that I promised loyalty to. I would ask that I would wish that people would be more honest with me in the game. I don't think anyone lied to me directly. I'm sure they did at some point, but it's just that, like, it's hard when you talk to someone and they say they'll do something, they do something completely different, even though you know that it's not what is good for them. And I think, and my 3rd wish would be just to, I don't know, be up there in with my friends in top 3. So, yeah.
All right. In the spirit of the game, I know you don't like chocolate, but in the spirit of the moment, I have to present to you your treasure chest cupcake. You made it so far. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
It's an incredible game, really. I mean, it was just so good. This has been Get Shipwrecked with Anna, with Seth. Incredible game. Thank you for being here.